our electoral college is not the original electoral college. It's the 12th Amendment that we get after Jefferson wins the election of 1800. And because what happens is there is this intense party competition between Adams and Jefferson in the election of 1800, and it's a disaster. It almost also causes a civil war of a different type. And Aaron Burr, plays a kind of treacherous role, and it's a fascinating story in and of itself. But what it does for our
This
purposes,
is for the 1800 election
that's the 1800 election.
in which Adams loses.
Adams loses, but technically Jefferson and Burr tie
Yeah, yeah. It goes
because
to
but they're
Congress.
running mates, right? They're running as on a ticket together, right? In other words, the idea is that Jefferson is supposed to be president, Aaron Burr is supposed to be vice president.
Oh, that's right. They're on the same ticket, yet competing against it. Oh, that was a doozy of a system,
It
right?
was direct, and the system completely exploded because the original system was built. The easiest way to understand it is the original electoral college was built with George Washington in mind. The thought was that the president was going to be above politics, above the factions, and it was going to be a consensus choice. And it worked for Washington had two terms where he was, basically the unanimous choice. Everybody
But
wants. But once you have Adams versus Jefferson, the system that was built for Washington does not work when it's Adams versus Jefferson. So they realized that after this ugly election. So they said, we got to rebuild the system.
so what did
And
the 12th Amendment do?
so what the 12th Amendment, and now it was built with Jefferson in mind. It was adopted in 18, Congress writes it in 1803 in anticipation of Jefferson running for re-election in 1804, and he does, and he wins big landslide because he's quite popular. Louisiana Purchase, people like it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so the concept of the 12th Amendment is if we're no longer in the Garden of Eden with no parties and we have intense party conflict, at least the majority party should win.